Welcome to the Pocatello Business Podcast, the only Pocatello podcast focused on providing profits for Pocatello people. If you love our town and love small business, you are in the right place. We interview local legends, learn business, and have way too much fun doing it. You're listening to the Pocatello Business Podcast with your friend, host, all-around great guy, and owner of New Clean Commercial Cleaning, Spencer Ward.
All right, everyone, welcome back to the Pocatello Business Podcast. We are here today with none other than Dave Christensen, mortgage lender at Citizens. I always forget it. Is it Citizens Community Bank or Community Citizens Bank?
Citizens Community Bank.
Citizens Community Bank. And so Dave, he's not from Pocatello. He's a transplant from Rexburg, right?
Well,
you grew
lived
up
here most of my life.
Yeah.
Graduated from high school in Rexburg, but lived here most of my life. So.
He's still here in Pocatello. He studied at ISU, and now he's just helping people with mortgages, one mortgage at a time over there. So, Dave, say hello to everyone over at the Pocatello Universe here.
Hello, Dave Christensen with Citizens Community Bank, the mortgage lender you can talk to.
Perfect. And before we start into what we're going to start into today, I got to bring up that we are still sponsored by Dell's Outdoor Advertising. If you guys want a great new way to get in front of your customers, call Rob at 208-232-6886. Mention the podcast. He'll give you 1 month for free or your installation for free with a 3-month deal. So that's that. Dave, tell us what's going on. 2020 has been a crazy year for everyone. How's it affecting the mortgage department and the people buying homes?
Well, actually, surprisingly enough, in our area, Pocatello area, Bannock County, sales are actually up. Wow. Actually almost a record year. So sales are doing great. As you kind of know, the bad part is listings are low, so things sell, and you got to be prepared to make that offer and even go a little bit over asking price to make things happen for yourself. Pre-qualification is key. So
that's crazy. Are you seeing any appraisal problems come through that with these higher asking prices that are, something that's foreign to our Pocatello market?
Just slightly. I think, the biggest thing is, when they're asking, when that price goes way over asking price, we'll probably see a little bit, but not that many. So.
Okay. Well, I know we can't talk rates because of legalities and stuff like that, but I'm guessing it's still a good time to refinance and to buy right now.
It is, yeah. It's not too late to refinance if you haven't so far. Probably rates are still at an all-time low. Great time to purchase that home that you maybe couldn't qualify for before. With rates being so low, you could qualify for a lot more. So
I like that.
Yeah, great time.
And let's talk a little bit about pre-qualifying, because that's something that back in the day, even 5 years ago, you could pre-qualify, you could find your house, then you could go pre-qualify and then go do it. It's not like that now. Can you talk more about that?
Yeah, with 2008, 2009 mortgage industry, it definitely changed us kind of backwards a little bit. Now there's a qualified mortgage. I mean, there's not much out there. There's still some, but not much out there as far as no doc loans that were pretty easy to use before and stated income. But nowadays it's a qualified mortgage. Everybody needs to document income. We've kind of gone backwards as far as our documentation, needing to document more than we have in the past. Even with COVID, it's required for us to do additional things. We're required to call within sometimes the date of to make sure they're still employed. Self-employed borrowers, we have to go a little extra mile to make sure they're billing stuff out and receiving income, because some of those people aren't working as much, and we got to make sure their year-to-date income is still similar to what they've made on tax returns. So we have to go a little bit overboard with COVID too, and it's kind of gone backwards a little bit as far as the documentation, needing that full documentation of the file. Yeah,
I like it. With the self-employed like myself, you kind of have to walk a fine line, and I know you can't talk too much on this I'm sure because of legality, but you can pipe in where you can. But I know there's a fine line where you want to show the tax man and what you got to show the banker. And for a lot of us self-employed guys, when you don't have aspirations to sell immediately, or your business, you're trying to just get away from taxes as much as you can. But that does limit what you can do in the terms of borrowing when you need to grow your business or get a home loan and all that kind of stuff. So you gotta walk that fine line and make sure you err more on the conservative side, so you can actually buy your pretty wife or your pretty spouse, whoever's the income earner in your home, that home or that car that you want. So
Yeah, and sometimes it's a matter of reviewing things now before 2020 is done, so that you kind of know where that fine line is to make things happen for you. If you're looking at purchasing or refinancing next year,
yeah,
now's a great time to kind of look at that to figure out what next year is going to accomplish. One of the things that I look at when pre-qualifying somebody is, if I can't do it now, what does it take to get it there? And whether it's credit, income, anything like that, it doesn't hurt just to ask and sit down and go through things to see what we can do. Can't do it now, what does it take to get there? So,
yeah, put the game plan in process. So that's good.
Yep.
I don't know if you can talk about this or not. You can tell me if you can't, but I know you're always involved in certain programs and stuff within that you can help people that are lower income and that kind of stuff to get into homes.
There's been some programs out there right now. Some of the programs are out of money. It's that time of year. Some will start up again in January. We'll know what the rates and programs are they'll have available for down payment assistance. Some of those things are grants. Nice thing about them, they go away, so it's kind of like free money. Income limits do apply to most of those things. We'll know a little bit more in January as far as what those programs are. They don't really tell us ahead of time. A few other places that are great to work with is Idaho Housing. They have some great down payment assistance programs to help you with the down payment. So and NeighborWorks Pocatello also, depending upon which avenue we need to go. There's some regulations with each that kind of dictate which direction we go. They're very similar as far as programs, but they have some regulations at NeighborWorks that kind of cause us to go Idaho Housing direction and vice versa. And some great programs. If you're sitting there still wanting to buy and you don't have funds, let's take a look at it and see if some of these programs work for you to help you get into a house. So you can get into a house, $200,000 house with as little as 0.5% sometimes, which is $1,000. So
wow,
great programs out there.
That is cool. It's good to know. People that are out there to know that kind of stuff. And then Dave does a lot of that, and he's very experienced in that. So I would definitely recommend you going to see him about it. And he's just a local bank. This Citizen's been around for a while, and they're not going anywhere. And they've been here through the thick or thin with our community, and just definitely recommend going to see these guys. So
yeah, we do everything local processing, underwriting, and closing. So we fund the same day as signing. And I've been doing this for going on 30 years next year, and I've seen a lot of ups and downs, trying times, and right now we're definitely still having those trying times with COVID and what we need to do. And so still great time to buy, and still time to refinance. So,
cool.
Yeah.
Well, maybe maybe I can ask you this: what are your 3 big points, like big takeaways that you tell people that are looking to buy right now or even to build? What would be the 3 things you would tell them to kind of do if you had 3?
Well, obviously the main one is pre-qualification.
Yep.
If you're even thinking about it, building is a different ballgame. We definitely have to sit down and kind of go through the scenario and do an idea of those kind of things. But pre-qualification is big. Make sure as far as documentation and income, credit's a big thing right now. With COVID, they've gotten a little stricter as far as credit scores too. So making sure your credit's in order, credit scores and those kind of things. That's kind of a big thing that's affecting right now because of the mortgage industries. When when it starts to have issues like this, as far as economy, they start to narrow in and dial in the guidelines. And so making sure credit scores are up there. And having funds for down payment, but I just said there's other ways to do that. So those are probably the main things as far as income, credit, assets, and getting pre-qualified.
Okay. What do you look for when it comes to like debt to income ratios? Like, is there a sweet spot there that you're trying to tell people?
Most guidelines are 45%. There's some that we rely on automated underwriting a lot, and it allows us to exceed that in some programs, but some other programs limit it to 43%. So
Okay.
total debt to income before taxes and those kind of things. Yeah.
Okay. These are all good things to know as you're trying to get ready to buy a home or to build right now. So, and that's the thing.
Right.
With the prices of the homes going up, it's crazy even to build right now too. But I'm glad that we have an industry out there that's still going strong and builders are still building. So that's the good part. So.
Yeah. Yes, it is. It's a good place to be here. We definitely need more homes for sale to help those people that want to get into homes also.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect. Is there anything
Right.
that I haven't asked so far that I should have about the mortgage process or the mortgage or getting into?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's a big thing. It's just getting pre-qualification. We do it for free. We don't require anything, just to visit and see what we can figure out for the future for your home buying needs or even refinancing. So, yeah.
And we just had Helen Meisner on, and the days of the lax buyer and the relaxed buyer is gone. Like, you've got to know what you want and just quickly make that offer. And like Dave said, sometimes it's got to be above asking to make it stick. So
Seems to be that way. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And if you're ready to build or do that kind of thing, I'm sure Dave's got a list of builders that they recommend and stuff too. So,
right.
Go give this guy a quick shout out. So, quick break real quick for another one of our sponsors, Pack and Go. Pack and Go is a moving company that helps you store or move your goods, commercial or residential, to one spot to another, or to store it. And if you mention the podcast, they'll give you 1 month for free with a 3-month storage rental process. But give Darren a call. They make it super easy for you. They bring a pod right to your house, pick it up, drive it off, take it wherever you want, or just store it for you. And you can give him a call at 208-339-2229. So, Dave, we got to ask this question because we always like to ask this question towards the end, but what's one of your favorite local restaurants to eat at?
One of my locals, you can't pass up Buddy's dressing. So
Yeah.
Buddy's is a great place to have that salad.
So. Have that salad, but your spouse also has to eat that salad, or she'll make you sleep on the couch.
Yep. Get a big bowl of it to share.
That's right. It is good though. I love Buddy's. That's an institution here in town. So I like it. Is there any other just general businesses you enjoy spending your money at in locally?
Ace Hardware, anything local. I try to shop local. Just was there over the weekend to take advantage of their winter shopping spree and
nice.
Bought some things to, and a couple other restaurants, obviously Sand Trap and Press Box. Yeah, there's plenty of local ones I can't forget Burton Shop. My mind has too. So, and a few others. Sorry, too many.
Yeah, there's a lot.
We try to eat out once a week to support our locals. So
exactly. That's why I like to ask that question, just to kind of shed more light on, especially the restaurants. They've taken a big hit this year, and we're just trying to do our part to help them as much as we possibly can. So, you restaurant owners listening, get on the show, book yourself on this show, and let's get your a little more word of mouth going out there for you. So, okay, well, Dave, thanks for coming on the show. Appreciate you. If someone wants to get a hold of you for a mortgage or the process to start building, how do they get a hold of you? What's the best way?
Best way is by phone, 208-239-8662.
Perfect. Easy as that, guys. Remember that number. Rewind this episode as many times as you need to get that number. Call Dave. This guy's been doing, like he said, for 30 years. He knows the mortgage process. So he'll make it nice and easy for you. So Again, thank you. And to the rest of you guys, download these episodes, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Facebook. And until next time, see you later.
Congratulations on spending a couple minutes getting just a little bit smarter, having some fun, and supporting the Pocatello business community. If you are feeling the love, make sure to subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you are.